It is midnight. Yay! I can finally get started. Hello, welcome to CC Writes. My name is CC Lepke, and today I'm celebrating Writer's New Year. It is NaNoWriMo, my favorite time of the year. I'm so excited. This is like the best day for me because it's Halloween and then I get to stay up late and start writing a story for the next 30 days. NaNoWriMo starts in 30 minutes, and so I just thought I would come here, hang out and chat, and maybe just get a little bit of last minute prepping in before it's time to actually get the marathon going. And I'm super excited about doing this. NaNoWriMo is just like, so when I was 16, I first started doing NaNoWriMo, and that was when I got my very first laptop, and I got to have a whole bunch of fun just trying to write as fast as I could. And I didn't manage to win NaNoWriMo that year, but I did manage to win it the next year, lose it a few more times after that, win a couple more times. So it's been all ups and downs, and it's never an easy thing to do. So I'm excited to give it yet another shot this year. In my last stream, I actually went over and did a whole bunch of planning. I decided to leave it kind of fast and loose. I don't want to put too much stuff into it because I want to feel a little bit more freedom with this to sort of go wherever I need to go to make sure I can get the word count in instead of restricting myself by the strict plotting that I normally do. That's my game plan for this year, and I really hope it works out for me. Oh, hello, I follow you on Twitter and just wanted to wish you good luck on the internet. Oh, thank you so much. I really appreciate that. That's really nice. Oh, and I got followed too. Thank you so much. That's so nice. I feel like I'm going crazy waiting for midnight. I'm really hoping that I don't wear myself out being anxious for it beforehand. Although I did stock up on candy for my snacks. It's always great to support fellow writers. Yeah, I think so too. I really love, one of my favorite parts about the writing community on Twitter is just being able to share everything with everyone else there, and whenever they have a success, it just feels really good to give them shout outs for it and all of that kind of stuff. I really love it a lot. I've even ended up buying a few books from other writers on Twitter just so that I can show my support in whatever little way I can. I'm glad that I have someone in chat now, because talking to myself always makes me feel a little awkward. So are you doing NaNoWriMo this year? Or are you just here to hang out? Okay, well, I am glad that you're here anyway. I was really hoping that, you know, even if people didn't want to do NaNoWriMo this year, that I'd at least have some people who wanted to come and just chill out and have fun on Halloween night. I don't do well under the pressure of 2,000 words a day. Yes, I can totally get that. I honestly, the only time I ever aim for that much is during NaNoWriMo. Usually I aim for much lower, like 600 words a day is about how much I usually try to get in. But I also really like challenging myself in a bunch of different ways. And so NaNoWriMo is just one of the ways that I get in those challenges that I like to try and improve my writing. I wanted to do like a costume contest if enough people showed up and wanted to join in. I was thinking of having like a hashtag on Twitter so that people could share their costumes on there and have fun seeing each other and vote on whose costume is the best. Mine, of course, is just from Walmart. I got Pikachu. That's a good mindset to have. Yeah, I mean, to be a writer or to be good at anything, really, you always have to put in a lot of practice. Yeah, honestly, I didn't really expect very many people to show up at all for this. So I knew it was a long shot thinking that we could get a costume contest in, but it would still be a lot of fun if it had worked out. One of the things, if I can get enough people to start joining in later on in the month and everything, I was hoping that we could do like word wars and stuff like that. Because I'm planning on doing the NaNoWriMo stream, not at midnight, obviously, but I was hoping to do a NaNoWriMo stream like all throughout the month of November, just to sort of give people a place to go to hang out and get their word counts in and all of that kind of stuff. Yeah, I'm super hopeful for what I can do with this stream in the long run. Just because I don't have a whole lot of people nearby where I live that are writers. And so it's always hard to kind of get a community going. So the most I usually get is from people online. And so I thought having the stream might help me sort of pull a bigger community around myself, just to have people to have fun with in writing. It is midnight. Yay! I can finally get started. Okay, I think I'm going to do this as a 25-minute writing sprint, and then I'll take a break. And we'll see how many words I can get in. Just gotta set the alarm on my phone. Okay. All right, first sprint is done. 403 words in, that's not bad. It's been a long time since I've stayed up this late. All right, 5 minutes is up, time for another 25-minute sprint. All right, another 25-minute sprint done. And I'm keeping right on track. That's very nice. I'm getting in a good amount of writing. I'm really happy with where it's going so far too. I did a stream earlier this week making some cheesecake, and now I have a whole bunch left over in the fridge that I'm still trying to work down. Okay, time for the next writing sprint. Oh, so that's another 25 minutes down. I'm up to 1,200 words, which is really cool. That means I've almost got the number of words that I need for the day done. I'm still gonna write more tomorrow. Oh, it's really nice to be able to get out ahead of it like this. I don't usually get this opportunity when November comes along. Last year I ended up getting sick really bad around November and ended up, I couldn't even look at a computer because the light would just send daggers into my eyes. It was so bad. So yeah, I'm really happy that I'm able to get this much work in right away. It's almost 1:30 here. All right, this is gonna be my final sprint of the night. that is the last of the writing sprints for tonight. I am pretty happy with that. I got 1,724 words in. That is more than the daily required amount of 1,667 words for NaNoWriMo. So I did pretty good for the first day so far. I'm really happy about that. I couldn't have done better, honestly. I wasn't sure I'd be able to write that much in this short of a time. So yeah, that's gonna be it for today. That's the first day of NaNoWriMo done, and my midnight write-in is all over now. So thank you very much for all the people who joined me. Thank you, Renegade Drummer, for following my stream and for chatting with me earlier. That was a lot of fun, and I really appreciated you being here. And I will see you guys later. Welcome to CC Writes. My name is CC Lepke, and today is still day one of NaNoWriMo, and I am very happy to continue on and continue with the impressive writing streak that I have going. So today I am going to continue with the writing sprints because those seemed to be really effective last night to help get me through. I'm going to do 4 25-minute writing sprints, and I'll take a short break in between, and if anybody's in chat we can talk about our progress, talk about our stories, hang out a little bit if we want to, and just have some fun together. Hey, I'm so glad you joined me. Had to figure some stuff out. Did you have to create a new account? Computer is old and stupid. Well, I'm glad that you have an account now, and I'm happy that you decided to join me. I have to say, I have no idea how to pronounce the name that you used here. Is there a phonetic spelling for it? Quia? Quiva. Man, I never would have guessed that pronunciation. You always pick the weirdest names. I like it though. It sounds pretty if Quiva is what it is. Is shanty the right word for like a cobbled together house that you put together from random bits of materials that you find, like a shanty town? Like, is that a thing? I feel like that's a thing, because I think during the Great Depression they had places like that were all cobbled together, and I think they were called shanty towns, but I also know that they were referred to as Hoovervilles. Yes, I'm right about that? Okay, good. I hate using the wrong words and not knowing it. Well, I mean, it even still happens in the United States now, like in Los Angeles, they have a really huge homeless population, and so they end up having people like sleeping on the streets in tents and whatever they can pull together for it to make a home. And then there are people who help build like mobile tiny homes that they can stay in, so that at least they have like a door that they can lock and all of that kind of stuff. Man, I've barely gotten 100 words in for the last 25 minutes. Speaking of, it's break time. So I'm probably gonna take like a 5 to 10 minute break here, just because it's good to like refresh your mind and all of that kind of stuff. I'm really struggling with some of the ideas of the world here in my story. Like I have this idea of what the world kind of looks like. Like she lives within a city area and everything, but and then there's just this like hill with buildings that go down it, and as you get closer to the top they become more decrepit looking, and until eventually you get to the shanty town that sits at the crest of the hill. And I'm having trouble describing that in a more active way rather than just having the main character narrate, this is what everything looks like. I definitely want it to be interesting without having to go into too much unnecessary exposition. You were debating on familiars for the longest time. Yeah, honestly, like I had no idea what I was going to do this year for NaNoWriMo until a couple of days before I did my brainstorming. I came across this old notebook where I had a drawing of two original characters and had written like a little bit of story about them in it. And then I would like, I don't know, I feel like I drew them in high school, and that's how long it's been since I looked into that notebook, but I really liked the idea of it. And then I also had this other story idea that I was going to make a sci-fi called the Parallel World of Garbage Town. And I ended up combining the two ideas into one, and I got really excited because this whole thing it's basically the story of a girl who ends up becoming one of the 4 horsemen of the apocalypse. I was very excited about that. Actually, my board back here is all of the planning that I did previously. You decided that they can have familiars, but it's complicated and not practical. That's fun. I mean, sometimes impractical things are worth reading about. Okay, 25 minutes starting now. All right, that was 25 minutes, so I'm ready for another break. It looks like I got in about 400 words this time. That was really good. How did you do? Yeah. Did you want to bomb my stream again? Come here. Yeah, there you go. This is the time that he normally eats, so he's trying to give me a hint. Yeah, thank you. Thank you, that's lovely. 250 is still a really good amount to get done for this. I honestly, like, when I decided to do this the first time, I wasn't sure even if I'd be able to get in like 100 words at a time. And so I've been really impressing myself with how much I've been able to write out during these sprints. Turns out I can write a lot more stuff a lot faster than I thought I could. You're gonna go to your daddy and leave me alone for now, okay? Go on. He's such a good dog. With as many times as Puck has like photobombed my stream, I'm starting to think that this is gonna turn into like a dog channel or something. And now he's just laying in his kennel over there and just staring at me. Cool, that was another 25 minutes. Yeah, about 350-ish. That's not bad. How did you do this time? Are you getting somewhere interesting in your story yet? 100 words? 100 words is still good. I'm completely winging it, so the most I have is like the general idea of magic exists, and here are the types of creatures that exist, and everything apart from that I'm just making it up as I go along. Typically I will put some research in it just to like have a nice basis for everything, but what I find helps me a lot to make sure that I finish the stories that I'm working on is that if anything gets me stuck, I will put in a placeholder and then just keep going without that information. Because a lot of times if I try to go too far into the details right away, then I will put myself off writing the story. And I'll also tend to make myself feel like I don't have what it takes to write a good story. So sometimes winging it is good for that fact of just like going through and writing the idea as best you can and then going back later and filling in all of the more specific details to make it feel more grounded later on. I really like having someone in chat to talk to between times. It's been really nice. Oh, okay. It is time for the last writing sprint. So clock set for another 25 minutes. Try not to kick the table and go. All right, that is the end of the last writing sprint. Oh man, I got a good amount in this time. I'm pretty excited about it. I started off, I think, around 2,300 words, so I got in almost 1,000 for today. Well, almost 1,000 more since I woke up today, so that's pretty good. Not super happy with all of the writing that I did, but for the most part, I think it's pretty nice. So that has been a long day of writing for me. I'm gonna take a nap after this for sure. 5:50 and almost done with the scene. Very nice. Good work. So are you doing a full 50,000 word count, or are you aiming for something lower than that this year? Haven't thought about it too much. Well, I feel like we both got a lot of good work in today, so I'm very proud of us. Thank you so much for showing up today. Well, I definitely hope that you can get in as much as possible and just really enjoy all of the writing, because that's my favorite part of this, is just having fun writing. Yep, it's time for me to go too, so thank you for joining me. I will talk to you later. And for anybody else watching, thanks for joining in, and I'll see you next time.